Let's get today started for the Sculpt Upper, and we're going to go with a push-up complex. We're going to start with rocking forearm planks. So we get in a forearm plank and we rock left and right, just like that. Okay, after we do that, we're going to go plank body slides. If you have floor sliders or something like that, you can do those. Then we'll go plank to push-up. And we're going to alternate which arm leads that. We're going to go push-up to down dog, alternating those reps, and that'll be one set. Of course, if you can't do like a traditional push-up, drop down to your knees and make sure the hips are open. And you'll definitely feel this by the end of the 4 sets. So if the first set feels easy, that's okay. Just be patient with it and either slow down the movement or let yourself feel the full range of motion under control. Okay, now we go into our second complex of the day, and this is going to be a single arm complex. We're going to start with, if you have a dumbbell, kettlebell, or anything that can be used as a load, we're going to go floor presses. Then we go supine pullover. And then we go Turkish sit-up. We're going to use one arm all the way through. Then we'll go into the next arm. Then you start your rest. If you can't do the Turkish sit-up with the load, that's okay. Just use what you can for what you... The Turkish sit-up alone is going to be challenging. So if you do the load for the press and the pullover and don't use it for the sit-up, I think you'll still be good. All right, final movement for today is going to be a kettlebell or dumbbell windmill. Now this is a really important move. It creates shoulder stability, it offers flexibility in the obliques, as well as it strengthens up something called the quadratus lumborum. And that's a very common injury feeling part of your lower back, where people will feel like a knot up or lock up. Most of the time it's the QL, and this is just a great way to kind of like build some resilience in that part of the body. So we're going to do 20 reps per arm, and we really want to make these as controlled as we possibly can and get as much quality out of this movement. So when we go into this position, if I'm completely square to you right now, both of my toes are forward. If the kettlebell or dumbbell or whatever load is in my right arm, I'm going to take my left foot or the opposite foot and I'm going to point the toe out a little bit. I'm going to press the weight up and I'm going to start by shooting my hip out and creating a T top to bottom, and I go as low as I possibly can go and then come back up to erect. It's important to not rush through this movement, to really try to feel it and let your body adapt to it. Your groin can become very sensitive as you push your hips back. So if you can't go all the way down, that's okay. Because again, we're going to open up the shoulder, we're going to strengthen the lower back, we're going to increase your middle back mobility. It's a really good movement for injury prevention and strengthening some of those nagging areas. Thanks. Okay guys, so for the Metcon today, we're going to do bench dip pulses. So we're not going to get as deep as we can because we're going to make this a tricep dominant workout or movement. So we're going to go dip, lock out, dip, lock out, dip, lock out. But the idea is to kind of not go as deep in the dip just so we don't wear out the shoulders too much. And really just focus on keeping a good posture, locking those triceps out at the top. Then we'll go into V-ups. Now, if you can't do a V-up like that, you can go and bring your knees in, like that. We're going into a row next, and that can be a bent over row. Like if I take a dumbbell and I do a bent over row like that. It could be a banded row, like I put the band under my feet, or I have the band secured to something and I row. It can be a ring row. It can be a tabletop row, where I just get under the kitchen table and row that way. I think I've shown a pillowcase or using a blanket in the door for rows. Anything that supports your body, a strap, works really well. And then we're going to finish with side plank hip lifts. Now this right here, we're going to go up into a side plank position. We're going to drop our hips down and flex the obliques at the top. If you can't hold a side plank that long, we'll drop down to the knee and just do this 20 reps per side. So make sure you make a note of that.